Right, so in this video we're going to be creating a game in just 4 days about the ocean, if you couldn't have guessed. Now, this game's supposed to help spread awareness and spread some ocean facts about the trash that's in the ocean right now. That's the goal. Now, I'm going to be doing this in just 4 school days, so we're not going to have that much time, although I think I've already missed the deadline. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to get back to a less wet location to work on the game, because I'm not working on it in the middle of the ocean. The ocean's coming in for me. Alright, so I have about 4 days to make a game before all this goes public, and I would like to get this video out on time. So first things first, I would like to come up with a plan for the game. Eventually, I settled on the idea of making a game where you collect trash from the ocean, craft upgrades from the ocean's garbage, and save the animals from the trash by convincing the public to care more, and keeping the fish alive at the same time. I didn't know fully what I wanted yet, but I was 99% there, so I decided to just figure that 1% as I go with it. Alright, so here you can see the progress. I decided to start working on a whole physics system and an object system, and then later added this player, the ocean, and then the boat. Later, after lots of coding, then came the trash and the animals. And yes, the ship, they're using the ship's texture for now, which gets changed later. Surprisingly, the animal and trash logic was a bit complicated because they were having problems interacting, but that could do with the fact that navigating this pile of freshly made spaghetti is just a pain to work with, and it's bad for any developer who values their time, so I'll leave it at that. It's been a while since I made a game in JavaScript, and never have I made one in such a short time, so it was not long before I ran into some memory problems. The whole page started slowing to a halt, and by that I mean 1 frame every 6 seconds. So it seems like it's just gonna be an exponential decay of my FPS from here on out. So who knows where all my frames are going, but I definitely am going to need to look into this because I can't have 1 frame every 6 seconds in the production game. Anyways, oh, and I should probably open the Chrome DevTools here to check the memory profiler, and look at that. JavaScript's not doing its job, and it's not collecting its garbage. JavaScript's garbage collection is even worse than Java taking out its garbage. That's impressive, but almost as bad as the amount of garbage that's now in the ocean that you can do something about by spreading the word or donating, link in the description. It also looks like the objects and size of the array keeps going up. Oops. So it would seem I did something wrong, and now I have to dig through the garbage code, pun intended, since I isolated the problem to that. Alright, lots of time wasted later looking for my long-lost FPS that is seemingly as unlikely to return as when my dad left for the milk store. Oh gosh, she came back. And remember when I said earlier about if you value your time, you shouldn't be in this one file? Well, yeah, here I was trying to fix that so that I could run this on my potato laptop that now had its fans sounding like jet engines thanks to my code. It was at this point that I started losing hope, and I was thinking of cutting back the scopes, so I took a break, and then I changed a line of code, and then changed it back, and then somehow, after a bit, my computer decided to work with no problems, so I just wasted a bunch of time. I just think my computer was being silly and not working. The setback was pretty pointless then, but now that that's out of the way, I started balancing the game so that the creatures don't die all as soon as you start, because right now they all die as soon as you start, but also so they don't survive with you doing nothing, which also happens all the time. It's time to come up with a crafting system and start with that. I wrote a whole thing that lets me add whatever to the crafting menu. I decided to add an upgraded air tank because you can drown in this game, and the ability to give up a bunch of your trash to show the public that the trash and convince them to stop throwing garbage in the ocean. This is the how you win. You're gonna have to buy a bunch of these and eventually convince them enough to fully stop throwing garbage while keeping the creatures alive. Another thing I added was the ability to build
Robots.
The solution? Robots.
will take off some of the work from you, since it's a lot of work to be swimming back and forth trying to get rid of all the garbage. I had to work on a windscreen, so here's that. And I almost forgot the title screen, but yeah, I had to work on that, so that's this. And would you look at that, I was wanting to get this video out by the launch of this movement, but I have yet to edit this, so it seems like it's going to be kind of late, like all my videos on my channel recently. Overall, there were lots of problems with this game, but I hope it's fun for you to play, and it was a fun challenge. And I hope that Team Seas reaches its goal and goes beyond, and I hope that you can enjoy the game. Oh, also it's funny, since a little while ago I was working on a game with a friend related to saving the seas. Unfortunately, it never got released since we ran into burnout since it was a lot longer than we expected it to take. This project was kind of fun, but also stressful in the end. I was just pushing myself even though I didn't want to deal with so many bugs. So in the end, it's not all doom and gloom. You can do your part by doing a few things. One, you could donate to the cause. Two, you could spread the word and this video if you want to your friends, as well as all the other amazing videos that other content creators are making on this subject. Keep in mind that there are many more valid ways to help the environment that I didn't list. I also would suggest that if you really wanted to help, you would think before you throw that bit of trash on the ground, since that thing can last up to 1,000 years if it's plastic. Thanks for sticking to the end, all the links are in the description, and I hope you all have an amazing day.